Nico Kramer working a little bit with the second team today. Is he moving up? Is he doing anything special this spring to kind of gain ground on AJ and Ethan, those guys?
Yeah, he's doing a good job as far as getting better. It's still a process with him, but you can see improvements in his game, and you see the skill set that he has. Not necessarily so much that he's moving up above anybody else, but we're rotating guys in, getting the right combination of people and so forth. So we're trying to have all those guys take reps with the ones at times and with the twos at times.
How tough is the tight end position to learn if you get kind of tossed into it at this level and you've never done much of it before? I imagine between the physical and mental stuff, it's a pretty tough position to pick up. It's
a rude awakening for a receiver to have to base block a defensive end. There's no question about it. I mean, that's a whole different world that they're living in. If you got a guy that was stalk blocking his whole life, and then you throw him in there, and he's got a 260-pound defensive end that's a war daddy, and you say you got to cut him off. That's a whole different world than what he's been used to. So for those guys, especially if they're transitioning in closer to the football, the physicality is a night and day difference from what they're used to. So that takes time. No question about it. That takes some time for them to be able to hold their own, and let alone the footwork and the technique of it, but just not getting your tail kicked. That's a transition for them, and it takes a little bit of time.
Where have you seen the most growth from Ethan this spring?
You see a veteran. You see a guy that's not having to think about just the basics of what's my assignment. You're starting to see him do a much better job of anticipating how someone's going to play something. He's getting better at running his routes. I mean, you see him creating separation as opposed to just running the route that's drawn up on paper. He's got a man-to-man situation. He's able to lean and stick guys. He's able to create some separation, which is nice to see. But you see him anticipating what the defense is going to be doing, and he's growing as a player. You can definitely tell that.
What are some of the goals for Nico this spring? Is there a certain level you wanted him to be at by the time spring wraps up? Or?
Yeah, I want Nico to understand the offense and understand his job responsibility and his technique in the offense, because that's where he is as far as learning it at the 101 level at this point in time. And at the end of spring, want him to have a great grasp on here's what I should be doing, here's my assignment, here's the footwork that I should be taking. And then that way, come fall, you can start to get to where it's a little bit more, he understands that part already. Now he's getting better at the complete package of being a tight end.
On schedule with that? Is he where you want him to be?
Up and down at times. At times he does some good things, and then at times you say, shoot, that was completely wrong as far as what you need to do. Obviously, the route running side of things is a little bit more natural for him. So he does a good job with those things. It's the lining up as a grounded tight end and the different blocking schemes that we have when you're off the ball, grounded, those type of things that are a little bit more unfamiliar with him. And that's where you see him being more up and down, having one good rep and then one where it wasn't what you're looking for.
Thanks, Mark. Yep.